Recently, Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard for $68 billion, but unfortunately, the thing that everybody foresaw happened, and 1,900 employees have been laid off. But before we get into that, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And if you enjoy this video and watch the video all the way through, watch another video. It tells the algorithm you want other people to watch the video. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get into it. Microsoft recently bought Activision Blizzard for $68 billion, which is one of the biggest acquisitions in the history of acquisitions, period. Giant franchises such as Call of Duty, Overwatch, Diablo, and etc. are part of these companies. Games which bring in billions and billions of dollars every single year. But unfortunately, when these acquisitions happen, companies will do what companies do and will get rid of redundancy, as they call it. Because as you know, trillion-dollar companies have to penny pinch and save every penny they can because they are dirt poor. Which brings me to my concern, the consolidation of gaming. And what that means is when these giant gaming companies, or companies in general from the other side, do the same thing. But today we're going to be covering the gaming aspect of it, on how these companies just buy everything they can in order to compete in the market and dominate and essentially monopolize the market. PlayStation has been doing it for 2 decades, and Microsoft has been starting to do it within the past 7 years. First with Bethesda, and now with Activision Blizzard. The thing that people have to understand with these acquisitions is that it really doesn't help anybody. It only helps Microsoft, and it really hurts gamers, and it hurts employees the most. But the thing that I see the most with the reaction of these purchases is fanboy mentality and thinking that these companies care about you when they purchase these companies, when in reality, they really don't give a damn. So much so that when they announced the layoffs, people didn't even know who was getting fired. They just had to wait and see who would come and tell them that they were no longer working there anymore. So imagine the torture that these people had to go through to think that maybe, just maybe, a portion of them weren't going to have a job anymore, which was 9% of the company. The president of Microsoft came out with a statement and said this is a difficult process, but it's one we best enable Blizzard and Xbox to deliver our ambitious games for our players on more platforms and even more places than ever before. This is coming from a $3 trillion company that acts like it can't pay for its bills and pay for the extra employees that they purchase. Phil Spencer also came out with a statement, and I quote, "It's been a little over 3 months since Activision Blizzard and King Teams joined Microsoft. As we move forward in 2024, the leadership of Microsoft Gaming and Activision Blizzard is committed in aligning on a strategy and executing a plan with a substantial cost structure that will support the whole of our growing business. Together, we've set priorities, identified areas of overlap, and ensured that we are all aligned on the best opportunities for growth. As of this process, we have made the painful decision to reduce the size of our gaming workforce by approximately 1,900 roles out of 22,000 people on our team. The gaming leadership team and I are committed to navigating this process as thoughtfully as possible. The people who are directly impacted by these reductions have all played an important part in the success of Activision Blizzard, ZeniMax, and Xbox teams, and they should be proud of everything they accomplish here. We are grateful for the creativity, passion, and dedication they have brought to our games, our players, and our colleagues. We will provide our full support to those that are impacted during this transition, including severance benefits informed by local employment laws. In other words, if they didn't have those laws, they wouldn't give you those benefits. These whose roles will be impacted will be notified, and we ask that you please treat your departing colleagues with the respect and compassion that is consistent with our values. Looking ahead, we'll continue to invest in areas that will grow our business and support our strategy of bringing more games to more players around the world. This is a difficult moment for our team. I am confident as ever in your ability to create and nurture the games, stories, and worlds that bring players together." This was an email that he sent out to people, so people were not notified at all of who was getting fired. I find it funny that a guy who is running a business of Microsoft's arm that is worth $3 trillion says that he has respect and compassion for their team. If you wanted respect and compassion for the team, you really should have kept them employed. And this isn't something that only happens in Xbox, it has also happened with Bungie and PlayStation, although that decision came from Bungie, but that is no justification. The consolidation of gaming is not something that we need and is something that needs to slow down. I really hope that they take the A24 approach and start building small companies with smaller gaming budgets that allow these companies to see their vision and best execute that vision. I think that games that are $300 million are unnecessary, and consolidating gaming in order to monopolize gaming is also unnecessary. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think that these gaming companies buying these publishers are a good thing, a bad thing? What do you think about the layoffs? And remember, you are pretty good.